But a story that again has been kicked alive today. There has been again a very, very dramatic announcement that has been made by the wrestler Sakshee Malikkh on live television. Now, just months after the wrestlers took to the streets, remember, after all the kind of allegations that they had made in the public domain against Bhushan Sharan, what's happened today is that the new president of the WFI has been announced. And what is said is that person who's been elected now is said to be very close to Bhushan Sharan. Now, in a latest development, like I mentioned, the wrestler Sakshee Malikkh has announced her retirement in protest. She did this on live television. She also breaks down and she said that this is a decision that had to be taken. Following this, Republic also tried to confront the man in question, Bhushan. Listen in to how he responded.
हमारे साथ बात करने के लिए बृजभूषण जी है। आज संजय सिंह अध्यक्ष पद पे चुनाव उनका हो गया और वो चुन करके आ गए, क्या कहेंगे आप?
उनको मैं बधाई देता हूं और जो 11 महीने 3 दिन का ग्रहण लगा था भारतीय कुश्ती पर, वो आज समाप्त हो गया, नया चुनाव हो गया। अब हम उम्मीद करते हैं कि वो लोग अच्छा काम करेंगे, जो गतिविधि रुकी थी उसको आगे बढ़ाएं। और
रेसलर लोगों ने आज पीसी की है,
अब फिर वहीं आ गए आप।
साक्षी मलिक ने त्याग दे दिया।
उससे मेरे को क्या लेना देना भाई? अपने
प्लीज आप इधर बात।
So that is the entire reaction that has been captured on live cameras, and shouldn't be surprised with the kind of body language, the arrogance this man still exhibits. Now, there is a reason why you had all the wrestlers holding that press conference, images of which you see on the right of your screens. And during the press conference, this is what happened.
अब फिर वहीं आ गए आप।
बिल्कुल सही होगी है। हम तो 40 दिन सोए रोड पे, लेकिन मैं सभी तमाम देशवासी जो भी हमारे प्रोटेस्ट में आए, दूर दूर से आए, बूढ़ी महिलाएं आई, बहुत सारे लोग ऐसे आए जिनके पास खाने कमाने के लिए नहीं है, फिर भी हमें सपोर्ट करने आए। हम नहीं जीत पाए, पर आप लोगों का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। और एक बात और कहना चाहूँगी कि लड़ाई लड़ी, पूरे दिल से लड़ी, लेकिन अगर प्रेसिडेंट बृजभूषण जैसे आदमी जैसा ही रहता है, उसका बिल्कुल सही होगी है, उसका बिजनेस पार्टनर है, वो अगर इस फेडरेशन में रहेगा तो मैं अपनी कुश्ती को त्यागती हूँ और मैं आज के बाद कभी भी आपको वहाँ नहीं दिखूंगा। तो बस सभी देशवासियों को धन्यवाद जिन्होंने आज तक इतना मेरा सपोर्ट किया और मुझे इस मुकाम तक पहुंचाया। धन्यवाद।
I'm told we also have Simran who's joining us live right now. Let's quickly get in a word with her. Simran, you know, what happened vis-a-vis Sakshee Malikkh again shouldn't surprise us, and what has happened vis-a-vis the WFI elections should also not surprise us, Simran. But what happens next? Now, clearly, you know, both sides have their own stories to tell, but the point is that these are very, very serious allegations, and the man who's been appointed now as the WFI top boss is very, very close to Bhushan, and that again is a reality.
Well, yes, when we see the chronology of all the events, this resignation and this decision to quit her dream, her dream of wrestling for playing for India was totally unforeseen. There was no expectation. She was addressing the media and, of course, all the viewers which were connected to her through the live feed. And on the live feed itself, Sakshee Malikkh decided to announce that she's going to quit wrestling for and playing for her country that she has got several medals for, just because now she has realized that there is no way that she could ensure justice, and India and the country has failed to give justice to all the wrestlers who have been fighting against Bhushan, as they have also made statements saying that it is not the fight for the WFI president, but to ensure that in the system of the WFI presidentship, there has to be justice that gets served to the women wrestlers and to those who are accusing Brij Bhushan of sexually harassing women players in the federation. And in the same line, it has been also made public by Sakshee Malikkh and Vinesh Phogat and Bajrang Punia that right now, after the election of Sanjay Singh, who is known to be close to Brij Bhushan, the women who are aspiring to enter into the wrestling and to play for India should be ready to face such kind of harassment, to face such kind of sexual harassment cases as they have already been fighting for, because the fight for justice hasn't been served, and there is no institution in the India, as told by Sakshee Malikkh, Vinesh Phogat and Bajrang Punia, that they will get justice after accusing such a high profile man of conducting such severe criminal offence in the federation on the behest of power and position. And that is why it is very unforeseen and definitely unfortunate that the top wrestlers of the country have decided to withdraw their own dream and decided to quit the game that they have played and bagged several tons of medals for the country after the election of a person who has been at the helm of a controversy as far as the WFI president post-election was concerned. Back to you.
So Simran, have we been, lucky enough to get any response from the man in question? Because the man who's been elected now, again, like I said, has clear links to Brij Bhushan. He was contesting the election, was known from the very go. In spite of that, you've seen a fight that did come up in the first place, but though the contestant on the other side, Anita, did not secure many votes. But what is the sentiment that you've been able to pick up from the federation itself? I mean, the very fact that the stranglehold of Brij Bhushan still continues in the federation, is that acceptable to one and all?
Well, yes, as far as the first reactions that we are concerned about after Sakshee Malikkh had decided to announce publicly and to the entire world that after the election she has quit wrestling, Anita Shioran, who was the running top contender for the WFI chief president role, has come out and made exclusively an entire statement to us that she is utterly disappointed, and this is in fact nothing but a huge upsetting decision and a verdict from the panel itself of the IOA and whoever has voted for a man who has been in question, as you have also rightly said. When we talk about the person who has been also at the helm of the controversy, Brij Bhushan, we definitely did manage to get and secure reactions from Brij Bhushan as well, who continued to maintain its stand, saying that this is going to be the course of action in the future now, being totally defiant and saying that this is what the wrestlers will be coming down to. In fact, this is very disappointing after the efforts of the wrestlers have also reached Supreme Court as well. And after many months of continuously raging a protest at the Jantar Mantar, they have been at the forefront of fighting this entire battle for justice. But unfortunately, what has come today has been the final nail in the coffin for all the wrestlers who have raised their arms and said that now they have to reach a limit, that they have to withdraw from their stand and from the point of courage from which they were fighting, as they have given it to the federation, who did not come to their terms and did not allow them to even present their contender, who was seen getting failed from Sanjay Singh, who has now become the president of the WFI after Brij Bhushan faced severe allegations after the protest by the wrestlers. Back to you.
All right, Simran, we'll leave it there and we'll wait and see whether there is any response coming in from the new WFI president. And clearly, can he just say that, this has been a free and fair election? The wrestlers are heartbroken today, and that's exactly how Sakshee Malikkh has approached the entire news, and she breaks down live in front of television cameras and she says, I'm quitting my sport. The sport that she's worked so hard for. The sport, remember, that has won laurels for the country.